Hi everyone, Dana here. Happy Monday evening. So, two reasons I'm jumping on. I wanted to jump on here today to talk to you about something that just about every kid loves. And if I'm being a bit honest, we adults love it too, and that's junk food. But before I get to the junk food, I just want to remind you guys I'm coming on live tomorrow night to do a special live training with you. There is an invitation inside the group. It's pinned to the top of the group. So mark that you're coming and you'll get reminders about joining. I am going to go over one of probably the most common hidden stresses I find in kids that I work with that may be impacting your child too. And if we find it, maybe able to reduce their ADHD symptoms too. So check out that tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Central time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So catch me live for that. Now, I'm not here to talk about that today. I'm here to talk about junk food. Who loves it? I love it. If my kids were in the room with me, they would be raising their hands high and saying, I love it too. What is your favorite guilty pleasure? What's the one food that maybe you hide in the pantry where the kids won't find it or wait until they are in bed to eat? What's that one food that would be really hard to give up? I have to tell you, I even have them. My husband has a few foods that he still likes to eat on occasion, so we have them in a lockbox in our fridge. It's a proper lockbox in our fridge. Now leave me a comment. Tell me what one food is for you. I'll even tell you mine. Mine has always been a Reese's peanut butter cup. And you know what? I had never tried a Reese's peanut butter cup until I moved to America about 6.5 years ago. But when I found them, I was like, oh, that is totally my guilty pleasure. Now, sometimes I tell people how my kids used to eat sugary cereal for breakfast or bad for you lunches, processed foods, and too much candy. And they just like, yeah, right. Don't believe me. I know some of you who are listening in are probably thinking that's not possible, not Dana, but I promise it is true. I haven't always been interested as much as I am in health and nutrition like I am now. Actually, in a past life, I was actually an accountant. Shh, don't tell anyone, please. I didn't really become so interested in health and nutrition until my concerns over my son grew so much that I could no longer ignore them. Back then, when we were still eating junk food and living like most people in this country live, my son's tantrums became more and more common. I remember waking up and dreading what the day might bring, walking on eggshells in my own home and wondering when the next meltdown was going to come. It even got to the point where I resented him. And I remember when I finally said that out loud to my husband one day, I said, I don't even like him anymore. And as those words came out of my mouth, I felt like such a terrible mum. I mean, what mum does that? What mum says that they don't even like their son? It was then I knew I had to change. I had to do something. So that's when I started learning how food can affect our behavior. And the more I learned, the more our habits change. And the more I wanted to go deeper and deeper. And that's when I did my holistic health degree and multiple specific certifications in this particular area to help kids and families. Now, my children are happy and healthy. We go out for dinner and enjoy a nice meal together. When the times are not like they are now, we used to go out quite a bit. We have peace and we have joy in our family. I wake up in the morning and I actually look forward to the day. Not this morning, I do have to say though, my little one actually woke me up at 5 o'clock. Daylight saving changes doesn't help with that. My home is the calm place I always wanted it to be. 10 years ago, I didn't think that was possible. I didn't think it was possible to go out for dinner and have a nice evening without the use of electronic devices. I didn't think peace was something we would ever find, but it is. And it all started with changing the way we eat. And here's the kicker. It started with giving up junk food. So we're here with the topic, the junk food. But Before you get too upset or turn off this Facebook Live, I want to tell you a secret about junk food. There are really better alternatives to just about every junk food out there. Dairy ice cream, there's an alternative to that. Chips, there's an alternative to that. Candy with artificial flavors and colors, there is an alternative to that. So yes, you are giving up the bad for you junk foods, but you are still getting treats. You can still have treats and guilty pleasures, but they will be better for you options. Now, my team and me have put together a few of my favorite good for you junk foods to share today. There are a couple of recipes. I haven't given you links to products, but I wanted to pick a couple of easy recipes, good for you junk foods or treats to share with your family. If you'd like to receive a free copy, and you're not on my email list, so you wouldn't have got that already, but if you want a free copy of these recipes, leave a GIF in the comments of how you feel when you think about giving up junk food, and my team will get that free recipe guide over to you ASAP. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Remember, tune in tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Central time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, for that free training that I'm going to run on probably one of the most hidden stresses that I find in most of my clients that are able to finally allow them to reduce their child's ADHD symptoms. Take care and have a wonderful evening.